Hello, people. A lot has been not spoken about the virtue of being a cleaner. I'm from India, and our constitution has reservations for what is apparently called the scheduled caste. Yeah, what's called the scheduled caste, lower caste, apparently. And these are people that include the cleaners, the scavengers, the people who do the menial work. And but when you look closely at it, what the privileged class lack is an understanding of what it takes to do the work that these apparently called low caste people are doing. I happen to have the privilege of participating in landmark education programs. You can look it up on Google. Landmark Education, I think it's .com, the website. And I participated in some assisting programs where in terms of in other esoteric practices, they may call this as seva, wherein you are freely volunteering for social work, where you're in some way, one way or other, contributing your time, your effort in being of service to others. Some people may be helping out in old age homes and in other places of service in one way or the other. Now, in the landmark education program, they call it as assisting, but it's not quite seva, but it's likened to seva. Where assisting is a program where you are helping out in the different programs that's there, in the different capacities that is required to facilitate the programs that is there in the landmark education. And in the process of participating in the assisting, whatever assisting is needed to be done, maybe setting up the place, or maybe in the production thing, or arranging for the water, there are different things, manual work that needs to be done to be able to have a program be set up. Yeah. So to set up, to conduct it, and then there is things to be done after the program too. So all of that involves some work that requires manual labor, and in different forms. So in this assisting, I was assisting in something called as production. And what that involves is things like cleaning up the toilets, yeah, dusting, cleaning, setting up the table work, setting up boards, making sure the boards are clean enough, the chalks are ready, the written paper manual work manuals that needs to be handed out, they're all set up. So all of this is all apparently physical labor work. But the best that I enjoyed, and which I would say cannot be done with, is the practice of cleaning the public toilets, or the toilets that is used by the program people, or there could be large groups of people, strangers you don't even know of. But the experience that comes with cleaning up the toilets used by large public, and the learning that comes from it, is pretty priceless. No person in any form of service can actually claim to be able to be of service without having had in some way the experience of cleaning a public toilet. I don't know. I think there will be very few people who will really agree with me, or rather, only those who've actually had the experience of this can agree with me. It takes something to do that work. They are not your family members. If you're able to do that in your own home without the help of somebody else, I mean, that would already be a stage leveling up in what it means to be humble, what it takes to be humble. Most importantly, what it takes to be humble. Yeah, to clean your own toilet, and then to be humble enough to clean a toilet that does not belong to you and that is used by maybe large groups of people. There would be smell, there would be all kinds of thing in the toilet that you would find in the toilet, and to do the work of it, and to be of service, and to do it well enough. Yeah, it needs to be done well enough so that the person who's coming next to the toilet should be able to use it like fresh and clean, like you would expect the toilet to be. Once you have this experience of this, it's something, the the how to of it, it's more like the experience of it gets into your nervous system. Yeah, and it's not the yuck about it, but it's about going beyond the yuck. And once you have that humbleness that comes from having stepped beyond that yuckiness, that's where service begins. And you don't really know what service is without having that experience. You could get through different stages of it. You could volunteer in maybe public, some way, cleaning up papers, or in some way teaching students, teaching the underprivileged and all of that. But nothing matches the degree of the sense of service that comes from having this experience of going beyond the yuckiness of it. I'm ever so grateful that one way or the other I got to have this experience of it. CEOs, top leaders, teachers, coaches, everybody and anybody who claims to have a liking for service needs to have this under their skin, in their nervous system, on what it takes to do this. And then you would see what would be very close to what could be likened to selfless service. Any semblance of it will begin to have a meaning after this, because until then there is something which cannot be gone beyond without this. Yeah. So I invite you, if you get some opportunity, well, I've told the benefit of this. Now it's up to you to have it. So I'll leave us with this thought. Happy discoveries.